Your hands? All right. How's this?
Katie Seagal as Queena, I think, is a great cast, and Jamie Lee Curtis is who I honestly was looking forward to. I didn't even know they were going to replace her with Katie, but it was a pleasant surprise, to be honest, man. Like, I've seen this woman, since I was a child, do work, and I always had an attraction. I don't know, it was always this weird older. She was my first cougar. I'm like, that's a perfect way. She was my first cougar when I first seen her on Married with Children. I never understood why Al complained about his wife. I'm like, you got a dime, you got two beautiful kids, and you got a house. I always thought that when I watched that show. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what is his issue? But, growing up, his issue was he wanted more, and, like, that's just the greed of men. He didn't see himself being a shoe salesman, and he was a football star. But we talking about One Piece, man. Anyway, a great episode, a very big pickup. There was a scene in this episode that just threw me off. It just was beautiful, and it was like out of touch with what we usually see in the show. And it was just so weird. Like, it just was like, I wish the show was like more realistic like this. I talked about the vest that you see Crocodile in, and I think it was the last episode. It just looks so fake. You see it again in future episodes when they show him again, but it's like, I would rather them go for the realistic look than like this glossy look. Like, I think it'd be more cheaper too if they just went the original look, because they just have to find the stuff. They're probably creating all of these outfits. I just don't understand why they go with the glossier look. Like, I know they wanted to be kitty and goofy looking, but I think that look is better. I think it would, like, when the show is over in years from now, people will go back and look at it more fondly. Like some of this stuff is just gonna look goofy like 10 years from now, maybe even 5. But Dalton, I hate to say he could have been an MVP in these last few episodes. I've already seen every episode, but it's like he was just there. Now I want to give him some credit, man. He's the runner-up in these last 3 episodes of MVP. Of course, this episode's MVP goes to Queena. The little bit that she's on there, Katie Seagal steals the show, man. She's also in Sons of Anarchy. She's always great, man. She's always perfect in everything she does. She always plays like, she looks like Steven Tyler and Cher put together. Like, she always plays a character that's like edgy and on edge, but she has the heart of like your grandmother. Like, she's still this beautiful torture soul. That's what she always plays. The last few little minutes she was on screen, she stole the show easily for me, man. She was playing this wacky doctor.
We're gonna do a little operation, okay?
Wait, aren't you gonna use any anesthesia?
This is the anesthesia.
What the hell?
Playing this wacky doctor to the T, man, and it's like, not, I remember watching this episode in anime, and it was a decent episode. The Bowen with Vivi and Herschel and Luffy, like, you can't just rush and fight into everything. This is politics. It was always the greatest part about those episodes, in anime, and it was good here. It was a little corny, a little rushed, but it's like they still did a good job in conveying what they were trying to convey, especially the kids. Kids are going to see this, and they're going to be able to easily pick up what just happened. Like I said, Dalton was just cool off rip. He's only gonna get cooler as the show finishes out. Sanji going with Luffy, like, this. Is it one of the first like real split ups? Like, we're gonna keep seeing the Straw Hats split. I wondered how they're gonna do that in the future. The Karina fight was cold, but it's like, I wonder how women feel when, like, they gotta get the stunt, their stunt person, when a lot of the men just do their own. Like, they train and they really go hard so they could do it themselves. I wonder, do the women feel like inferior, or or do they care, like, all right, get my stunt double to do this? That was clearly somebody else. That's why the whole scene was dark. But it's like, as a woman, it's like they fight, but he's right. It's like, but y'all don't do that type of stuff that's why men get paid. Men put the work in. Sanji is doing all of his stunts. He's even doing the cocktail Tom Cruise drink thing. It's like, but then it's like, we should get paid. They're doing more. He's doing the job of a stunt guy and his job. So I don't know, but that's getting into something else. Um, I'm this this episode was a lot of character analysis, like looking into characters like a little bit more depth, which is what I liked about it. Because One Piece usually doesn't do that at the beginning. It does that as the story goes on, of course. But was the blow up on Zoro necessary? When Usopp, kind of blew up. Not really, but it still was good to see that they fight. They have little tips here and there. I liked it. Smoker and a motorcycle pulling up on a little motorcycle was cool. I love Smoker. I love the guy. Seems like he's an a-hole in real life, and I'm glad they getting. It's like he's using that on screen. Like he looks like he never seen a cartoon in his life, and I love it. It was something I specifically wanted to talk about. Was it with Vivi, the Nami sickness? Nami was passed out for 4 days. Jesus Christ. It was something I really wanted to speak as I was watching the episode. It was like little nuances throughout the episode that I really liked, man. Now I'm doing this video, of course I can't remember. But it was like little character moments. It was the introduction of Chopper, which I think the CG is amazing. That was gonna be something that it was gonna be do or die for me, to be honest. Because going ahead with your episodes, that means the CGI was either gonna get better or worse, for other characters. So, but like, I really liked, and I'm liking what they're doing with that. I don't know if they got a bigger budget or if they just know what they're doing now. But that was a welcome surprise. I am really mad now because it was something I really wanted to speak. I should have wrote it down, but I'm like, nah, I'm gonna remember this. Well, I was Nico Robin so up close to Wapple. You know what I'm saying? You already got him. You don't need to seduce him. She was a little too close to my mans. When she was giving him that devil fruit. Correct me if I'm wrong too. I don't remember Blackbeard running Wapple out. I remember Wapple and them being out as pirates and Luffy and them taking care of him, but I don't remember Blackbeard was the reason. That was some good lore. Blackbeard ran him up out of there. It was hilarious. I know I'm forgetting something, man. I want to remember this before I get up out of here. Like I said, I love the episode. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 just because of like little lore, especially like with the little Blackbeard tidbit. Dalton's character, the Karina fight. Karina is a great character, better than the anime. This is like a couple of these characters are better than the anime, and I know it's because my man's is getting a second chance. Ichiro Oda, is getting a second chance to go at him again. So it's like, but still, it could easily be a miss. It's live action, but I'm liking a lot of these like little mid tier characters better live action. The baseball jokes. Thomas, can you stop making baseball jokes? That was pretty funny. They didn't exist, but Oda had already drew those two. Was it 10 and 11? Great fights, quick, but like it just showed you how strong and skilled Smoker and Karina are. Great team there. They're such a great pairing because they're so opposite of each other. He told her when she tripped over about us, we need to get you a cane. That was pretty funny. I'll be so mad when I turn this off. It was like about Zoro or somebody. It was something that I caught. And I was like, oh, this is funny. I can't wait to talk about it. As soon as I turn this off, I'm going to remember. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Like I said, 8 out of 10. Great episode, man. Definitely ramped up after the last trap. So I don't like it's like fillers are making it into, because it's so much One Piece is like it's making it like an episode is like a filler sometimes, and I hate fillers. I skip them every single time. I look up shows and see where the fillers are, and it's like, all right, I'm skipping this. I don't care if it has a little bit of canon and I can't do it. I hate the Dragon Ball Z movies that don't fit in with this like this filler. It's not real. But yeah, man, great. Nico Robin was beautiful. Nami's always beautiful. Vivi's beautiful. Great casting, like I said, as always. Every casting it's amazing. It's more better than the last. Kuina is the Dr. Kuina is the MVP, man. They should get is her name Suru? They should get her to play that Admiral. I think I'm saying her name right. They should get Jamie Lee Curtis to play her, man. I'm still kind of upset she didn't make it, but Katie Sagal was like the very next best pick, if not even on par with Jamie Lee Curtis. The part with Luffy, thinking he was getting cooked, that was funny. I thought it was gonna be goofy and corny, but that was pretty hilarious. Well, Naki got a little yoked up. I see that, man. He been in that gym, man, doing calisthenics or something. I peeped that. He looking like he got big. Like of all the physical work, it looked like he got bigger than Zoro was probably the biggest, but it looked like he had the most, put in the most work. That the results to show, but I would be so pissed, man. I would be so pissed. Another thing about Inagi, look, Luffy is still not like wowing me. I don't know what it is, man, but last season he was the best. This season it's like he's taking the backseat. He is not wowing me for some reason. I can't tell you what it is. I'm gonna leave it there, man. I'm gonna just write it down, man. Next episode, I'm gonna just say what I remembered about this episode. I'm so mad right now. But yeah, man, that's it, man. I'm out.